F.E.A.R. First Encounter Assault Recon from 2005 is a game that blends supernatural horror with tactical first-person shooter. Developed by Monolith Productions, it creates an eerie atmosphere which is not common in FPS games in general. The only other game which comes to mind which does the same is Doom 3. The story follows the Point Man, a member of the F.E.A.R. team, as he investigates a supernatural threat tied to the somewhat mysterious Armacham Technology Corporation. The game's story revolves around supernatural elements and corporate conspiracy to cover up their unethical experiments. The pacing of the game is a bit slower than modern FPS games, and careful approach is rewarded. The game alternates between sudden bursts of action and slower exploratory and paranormal sections in between. The sound design is great, the music is not complex but still haunting enough, and the paranormal hallucinations your character experiences only add to the overall feel.
They all deserve to die.
Come in, over. What's going on? I've lost Fennel's signal.
Comcast, this is Den Mother. I hope you aren't busy. We've got a situation down at the harbor.
What kind of situation?
We located those soldiers you were looking for, but we're under orders not to engage until you guys reconnoiter.
Understood.
I've got two birds en route to your position. You should have a visual shortly.
We'll be ready.
Breathe! Come on, make her push!
I've tried to forget. I've tried so hard to forget.
Visually, the game uses dark environments with quite unique light and shadow system. The dynamic lighting casts sharp shadows which add to the overall eerie feel, especially when the light sources are moving.
I've got a visual. Target sighted.
Gameplay-wise, F.E.A.R. is a first-person shooter with a focus on precision and the proper utilization of your bullet time slow-motion feature, the reflex time. Health and armor don't regenerate, and players must look for armor kits and medkits. This is a standard for FPS games of this era. The AI is one of the game's strongest points, and it stands out even today. Enemies use cover, flank, and communicate dynamically, reacting to the player's tactics. The AI system was based on the goal-oriented action planning, a framework which allows NPCs to assess their environments and plan their actions accordingly. The NPCs also consider their own teammates, and they try to solve goals as a group, the goal being the elimination of the player. Every time player changes position, the environment changes or a member of the NPC squad is killed, the system re-evaluates the situation and the NPCs change tactics, positions, defensive or offensive posture. The AI is not perfect, of course, and you can easily bait it into tight spaces or kill zones of your choosing. The NPCs also have a decently simulated senses. They can hear footsteps or gunfire and they can see your flashlight. The arsenal includes standard weapons like pistols, assault rifles or shotguns, as well as special weapons like particle cannons, penetrator rifles or rocket launchers. The environment is interactive, with explosive barrels and destructible cover. The game is definitely linear, as most FPS games are, but it branches at times, providing multiple paths towards the objective. Some paths favor sneaks, some give height advantage, some lead to more gear and ammo. What made F.E.A.R unique in 2005 was its blending of horror and action. Alma is a well-made horror figure, reminding me a bit of Silent Hill. The reflex time mechanics is more or less must-use, at least for an older gamer such as myself. The combat can be very punishing without it. The NPCs are quite fast and quite accurate. Some levels did feel repetitive, especially the offices, but let's be real, the corporate is exactly like that. The game is not very long, I was able to run through it in about 8 hours, but it is also not very expensive. One thing which I would recommend though, stick with the base F.E.A.R game. The DLCs are a mixed bag based on the reviews, and the subsequent games are said to be comparatively worse.
My God.
What do you think, Jen?
There was a lot of anger in this room.
That's great. Got anything useful to add?
I don't see any bullet holes. There's no brass lying around either. These guys didn't fire a shot.
Then what killed them?
I don't know.
Well, figure it out. All right, buddy, get moving. Battle's gotta be close.
I'm not even sure where to start. Almost.
If you decide to play it, enjoy, and see you in the next one.